So, to answer the initial question, are free games really free? The answer is yes. You can find thousands of quality games online that you don't have to pay a penny for in all types of genres. These are games that you will actually enjoy and not just sub-rated. In today's video, we are going to show you our top picks for the 10 awesome free games to play in March 2023. Now, with that being said, let's get straight into it. Starting off at number 10, we have Honor of Kings. Honor of Kings is an exciting and fun MOBA game where two teams, each formed of 5 players, will battle until one emerges victorious. If you like games such as League of Legends, you've got to try Honor of Kings. This MOBA has all the ingredients for a great time, though winning won't be easy. You will have to destroy 9 towers and at the end, the crystal enemy. Among all of this is the other team who will stop at nothing to do the same. So you'll have to be ready to attack and defend your base whenever necessary. The battles between heroes are fast and you'll have to use all your ingenuity and strategy to win. There are over 60 unique heroes divided between the tank, warrior, assassin, mage, marksman, and support roles. Each has its own way of playing, so you can choose the one that suits you most. Okay, now let's take a look for a moment and get ready for an epic free-to-play mobile game, Raid Shadow Legends, the hit mobile hero collection RPG played by over 80 million players across the world, where you can choose from over 650 unique champions, billions of customization options, and take on tons of awesome bosses. I remember being on the bus to work when I summoned a champion named Galek. We fought our way through the first dungeon and defeated the boss. Outside, we posed with an artifact and received a gift. We kept winning fights in the arena, working hard to become the ultimate and eventually the supreme champions. In my early game, these groups of champions were a beast. I had defeated so many bosses with him. Well, you can see these stars here posing and taking group photos together. Personally, I think Raid is a great RPG game you'll find on mobile nowadays. This game is amazing, it is addictive, and the graphics are beautiful. This one is my favorite so far. But that's not all. Raid's 4th anniversary is finally here, and there's a ton to get excited about. I'm talking dedicated offers, free gifts, promo codes, events, and a brand new Fusion event, where you guys can get your hands on an anniversary-themed legendary champion. You'll also be able to take a trip down memory lane with a recap video of your stats in Raid. If you haven't started playing yet, then what are you waiting for? Use my link in the description or scan my QR code to get insane bonuses. We are talking about an epic champion Kellen the Shrike and other useful things. And since it's Raid's birthday, the gifts keep coming. All new and existing players can get a bunch of free birthday gifts. Once you're in-game after clicking on the links, just enter promo code 4EarsRaid to get your hands on 4 legendary skill tomes, plus other useful stuff. Simple. Breaking into number 9, we have Star Equestrian. Star Equestrian is a casual game set in a beautiful world in which a young woman begins to manage her own ranch. In this place, which is located in the middle of nature, you'll be in charge of managing the daily life of dozens of horses, training, and taking care of them, with the aim of creating a world-class stable. Without a doubt, Star Equestrian's 3D graphics make playing this game an absolute delight. As soon as you open your ranch, you'll be in charge of adding the first horses to the stable and proving your skills as you try to take care of each animal. You'll also have the option of riding a horse to move around each of the areas into which the map is divided. To steer your horse, simply tap on the arrows while pressing the action buttons to jump, gallop, or perform some special moves. Coming in at number 8, we have Drift CarX Racing. This is a 3D racing game where your main goal is not to be the first to cross the finish line, but rather to do so drifting as well as possible in order to win the most points possible. Players can also choose between different ways to control their vehicle, though by default, you will have virtual gas and brake pedals and you will control the direction of the car by tilting the device from side to side. In addition to being able to configure the control system, you can also change the camera angle from which you want to see the vehicle. You can zoom in or out in order to see a different perspective. The best thing about it is that you can even see the replays of your best moments of the race in replay mode. Next up at number 7, we have Shadow Fight Shades. This is a role-playing fighting game with a plot about shadow rifts that have appeared all over the world. Players are promised new enemies, abilities, and the continuation of the Shadow Fight 2 story. Among the advantages are the advanced features of the original game, which take the experience to a new level. During the adventure, we will see our faces with all kinds of enemies, each of them with their own portrait, silhouette, and behavior. We will run into very aggressive opponents who will not stop charging at us, but also others who will know how to wait for our failures. Although it is possible to fight with your bare hands, using only your fists and legs to attack your enemy, in Shadow Fight 2, you can buy and use dozens of different weapons and magic. Swords, axes, staffs, fire spells, anything goes to win a fight. Down to number 6 we have Project Island. This is an action-adventure game where your objective is to make it out alive on an island teeming with trouble. To that effect, you'll need to jump into the skin of a pirate and pick up enough tools, water, and supplies in order to fight off your enemies. In this game, you will have at your disposal an entire island where you need to build and survive. You will be able to create your character at the beginning of the game and select the island that will be your home. Along the lines of survival games like Rush or Valheim, in Project Island, you will mainly collect materials and build a shelter, as well as hunt and defend yourself from the adversities that arise in your game. Graphically, this game offers a smooth experience. Its controls are easy to master, and you will soon find yourself immersed in this world full of possibilities. Moving on to number 5, we have Ace Racer. Ace Racer is a 3D driving game in which you will be able to get behind the wheel of a multitude of vehicles from legendary teams, such as Porsche, BMW, or Nissan, and will be able to compete in exciting races over the internet. Each of the vehicles in the game also has its own unique abilities, which we can unleash during the most difficult moments of each race. The Ace Racer circuits are a real spectacle. We will be able to compete all over the world in cities like Los Angeles, Shanghai, Tokyo, or Las Vegas. Each of the circuits has a completely different layout from the rest, with surprises and shortcuts that we will have to familiarize ourselves with. And of course, with fantastic views in which we will be able to recognize some of the most important monuments and landmarks in each location. Next up at number 4, we have Mayanagari. Mayanagari is an online open-world game with a theme of Indian culture, developed by a group of game developers from Mumbai, India. This game has quickly attracted the attention of a large number of gamers around the world, with an exciting story, stunning graphics, and catchy music. Mayanagari game is a colorful and engaging experience for gamers. Players will experience a colorful and vast world, can explore different landscapes, search for treasures, and meet interesting characters in their adventures. In the game, you guys will be finding out the local market items including cars, bikes, guns, and the most fascinating Indian dialogue and speech with music, dance steps, characters, and atmosphere. All this makes this game very attractive and enjoyable to play for everyone. Coming in at number 3, we have Yeager. Yeager is an ARPG where you will have to travel through a mysterious planet called Equestrian. Here, you will meet a hunter whose steps you must guide to complete many spectacular missions. In this world, you will be able to contemplate dozens of creatures full of powers that will try to stop your progression at the same time that they will challenge you in exciting combats. In the game, you can customize your warrior with your preferred physical characteristics before traveling to Equestrian. After this, you will be ready to meet many dragons that will not make it easy for you to stay alive. On the left side of the interface, you will find a joystick through which you will move your hunter while you execute actions by touching the buttons located on the right. Next up at number 2, we have Dead by Daylight. This is the mobile adaptation of one of the most iconic multiplayer horror games. Just like its PC and desktop console versions, 4 survivors are out to escape from an assassin who possesses supernatural powers. Your enemy will do everything in his power to get rid of all of you. As you can imagine, the survivors and the assassin are player-controlled. Just like the other Dead by Daylight versions, you'll have your pick of different survivors and assassins. But that's not all. You can also equip your character with a bunch of different decorative elements that'll help you customize your character's look. The skins of some of the assassins definitely stand out because they're inspired by some of the most iconic horror film characters. And finally at number 1, we have Dustlands. Dustlands is a free action game with isometric gameplay. You will have to assemble a team of rare heroes who are trying to survive in the zombie apocalypse. To do this, they will participate in automatic shootouts with waves of the dead. Players will also explore corridor locations and upgrade the shelter, equipping it and summoning new fighters. The main thing for rapid progress is to complete daily tasks. More advanced players will be able to join an alliance to go on raids together and possibly participate in PvP. To do this, it is worth focusing on the overall strength level of the squad as it affects the victory. Plus, you need to set up idle extraction of materials. On the plus side, developers give out a lot of materials at the start, but over time, they can quickly be spent. So, those are my top 10 picks for the best free-to-play mobile games. I hope you enjoyed this video and found some games that you'll want to try out for yourself. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more top 10 lists and gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.